And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trail Blazers as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Zach LaVine and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. At the forward spots, it's Miller and Bridges. All out there with Sexton. And for Portland, in at the guard spots, Lillard and Sharp. Avdia out there with Tamani Kamara. And it's Klingon in at the center position. Tip-off goes to Portland. What a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
Sexton's shot is good.
You know, capable of torching you in just so many ways. You have to guard Sexton close, or this is what will happen.
The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. It's good from long range.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
No, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
And a great move from Lillard as he gets it to go.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
Greg, when you talk about the all-time great three-point shooters, Damian Lillard is right up there.
Without a doubt. Steph is the clear number one, but that second spot is up for debate. And it's between guys like Harden, Ray Allen, and Dame.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Ball. And there's another one for the Hornets.
And I love Ball's awareness. When the mid-range J is available, he is more than happy to take it.
Lillard against Ball. Lets it fly. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. Lillard against Ball. Kamara. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Even when he's near the hoop, Lillard always aware of the open man on the perimeter.
Stood on the wing. Defended by Sharp. And he's good on the three ball.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Miller kicks to Sexton. Over Sharp. And that one's on target from the wing. Sexton's got his third basket of the night right there.
A dangerous scorer from mid-range. Sexton loves to take that shot when he gets it in rhythm.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Shooting two.
The first one falls.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but, man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Plumlee finds man. Here's Knipple. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
And at the small and power forwards, it's Thibault and Grant. Robinson is out there with Scoot Henderson. And it's Williams at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And talking to Knipple, Greg, he has a burning passion to be great. Just tell him.
Yeah, he gets up before everyone else and goes to work. Some people have called him an old soul, just very mature and disciplined.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Jeremy Grant began his career as an activity role player, but he's been adding layers. He said at the start, whatever I needed to do to get on the court, whether it was defense, rebounding, blocking shots, I was going to do it. I wanted to see what I was capable of, so I put a lot of work in expanding my role. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie.
That's his shot. When Knipple gets any sliver of breathing room from deep, he's going to fire.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Klingon, he's checked in for Robert Williams. Avdia comes in for Grant. Toumani Camara, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Robinson. The Hornets also changing it up. Bridges comes in for Mason Plumlee. And it's Sexton in for James. Good on the shot. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
Outside, Avdia. Pass to Klingon. Three-pointer. And another three for Portland.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Yep, that one goes in there. Sexton's got 12 in the game.
And there's no question Sexton can flat out score. I mean, he feels like he can get it done from anywhere. And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
No good from the low block. And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Trailblazers up one. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Welcome, folks. It's halftime, and the Charlotte Hornets are in the midst of a very close game.
We need a department store intercom. Attention all ballers, attention all ballers. We have a missing defense. Paging the defense, paging the defense.
That was pretty good, Shaq. You might have a future in retail.
Shaq, to register 4, please.
Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
Look here now at Charlotte. They've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part in the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Checking out the group for Charles Lee to start the second half. The wingmen are Sexton and Miller. Then there's Miles Bridges. Then it's Ball. Now Lillard. Count that one as his seventh make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
And we're talking about, Tim, the front office. The Blazers very pleased with their internal development.
Well, the pieces fit. They're not just young players looking to score, but you have guys who are willing to defend and make hustle plays. That's how you build a winning culture.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. Every team in the league is looking for a long, athletic wing defender, and the Portland Trail Blazers have been especially keen on stockpiling them. As they look to acquire their future franchise players, they want a ready-made roster full of versatile 3-and-D role players to surround them. Back to you.
A good strategy. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
And just putting his entire offensive imagination on full display. What a smooth release from Lillard.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Knipples checked in for Colin Sexton. Just over a minute and a half had passed here in the third quarter. Miller outside, sinks the three-pointer. Miller's got his first 3 points of the game.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Henderson's checked in. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for Portland. It's a one-point game. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Stolen by Ball. Miller outside, and another 3 for Charlotte.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Portland's gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. Buries it from 3-point range.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
And he can carry a team. We've seen it from Ball before, and we're seeing it again.
Back to Henderson. Pass to Sharp. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Henderson. Jacks up a 3. Bridges with the board. Charlotte's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Over Avdia, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Bridges has got the lead up to 3 now for the Hornets. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And Portland making a change here. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Now here's Lillard. Puts up a deep 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Hornets lead by 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. In at the guard spots, Lillard and Sharp. Avdia is out there with Donovan Clingan. And it's Kamare in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Wow, that is huge. Going right at the defense and showing a lot of nerve.
Yeah, count it.
And this is the time when you want to lock it down defensively. Thus far, not happening.
And that's been the theme of the night. Stringing together stops has been difficult.
A three-pointer. Good.
This is exactly why they go to him in these spots. These guys believe in his ability to come through in the clutch.
Ball fired. And they come back with a 3 of their own.
And anytime you're on the road and you can answer with the 3 right back and take the lead, that is what we call being beyond the clutch.
Avdia. From outside. That's off.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
And that is why they often call it a make-or-miss lead.
And there's an edge to Lillard's game. He's fearless, and you can see it when he's finishing in traffic.
LaMelo. Dream from outside.
And that is a big-time basket. LaMelo entered the league at 19 with such high expectations. This young man ball is used to the spotlight.
And that one is good.
Wow, what skill level to get that floater up and in right there. Nicely done.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team, and Coach had a very specific message for his guys. He said, quote, control what we can control. Play our game, and the rest will take care of itself. Solid message, if you ask me.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. 3, good.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
And stolen by Sharp. And he throws it home. I had a feeling he wasn't going to lay that one in. No, sir.
The nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
Foul Dame in the act. He's almost automatic from the line. And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
That's the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. free throw is good from Lillard.
Yeah, a lot of pressure in this situation. Not easy to convert those free throws.
Now Miller, outside ball. Stood on the wing, defended by Sharp.
This is what leaders do. You gotta love seeing Sexton own these moments and coming up clutch.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks.
His team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
Knocks down the three.
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And what's their best move at this point?
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick two and a foul.
You're definitely going to have to get a three here and then count on them to miss free throws.
There's the three, and there's the three.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
Well, the margin for error is getting smaller, so the stakes on each possession are getting bigger.
It's Miller on the way. Beyond the arc. Missed on the three. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Here's Ball. In at the guard spots, Lillard and Sharp. Donovan clinging out there with Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the three, the small forward. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, and that can be as difficult as anything. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whoever he's facing.
And it's on. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up with the Trailblazers. And the shot will go down.
And this is where Klingon looks to score. The closer he is to the rim, the more aggressive he becomes.
Shoots the three. Knocks down the three.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
And that one is good. And this crowd ecstatic. They are pumped up.
And what a huge shot. You talk about an excited arena.
Miller. And down goes the three.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Here's Sharp. Here's Lillard.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks them.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, he knew how big those free throws were. Knocked them down.
Ball fired. He drills the three.
I love the shot selection from him right now. He's not settling, and that's why he's shooting at a very high rate. What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
And Ball ready for these moments, showing he wants the rock in his hands. Love it.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lillard and Paul with the block.
And great effort defensively from Ball. Timing the rejection perfectly. And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And he commits the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident that he's able to go up and knock those down.
The 3 is off, and that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
And an intentional foul right there.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Stepped up to the line, and he took care of his business and guaranteed the win.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And that'll do it, folks. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Alan LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.